Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Richard from genkijapan.net. So as soon as we've got the cherry blossoms out, I'm still doing your questions via video instead of writing them down. Let's see how we go. So this one is from Rebecca, and I don't know where you're from, Rebecca, but here we go. So Rebecca says, "Hi Richard, I'm learning Japanese and trying to teach my two really young brothers." Cool. I'm a teenager and plan to live in Japan. Very cool. I'm having a lot of trouble on the conjugations. I have no idea what the difference between Godan and Ichidan verbs are either. Me neither. What are they? I don't know. Could you conjugate iru to exist for me? No. Sorry. I don't see how all these conjugations work at all. Thank you so much. Genki Japan is what inspired me to learn. Oh, I feel guilty now, don't I? Okay. Yeah, look, things like grammar and stuff like that, don't learn the grammar at all. I know so many people who've studied Japanese in the States and stuff, and in other countries as well, and they've studied it for 4 years, and all they've done is study the grammar. They can tell you, they can conjugate any verb, they can tell you the difference between the different types of verbs, but when they come to order a beer, they can do that, and then that's it. That's the end of their conversation skills. And it's generally true, not always, but generally true, that if you study a lot of grammar, it'll really inhibit your speaking, because you'll have this step in between of thinking, this is what I want to say, ooh, think through the grammar rules, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, output comes out. And usually that's not good enough. Usually what I totally recommend is forget the grammar. It really is just a lot of time. Just put that to one side and just learn to speak the Japanese you want to speak. And by copying people, making your own sentences up, making a mess of things, and just doing lots and lots of listening. And that's how we all learn English. And I'm pretty sure that all the people on here who didn't learn English as their first language would agree with me. If you do, you know, put it in the comments here. That if you learn a language just by listening to it and speaking it, then you learn to speak it a lot better. You only really need to learn the grammar rules if you're forced to learn it for a test. For example, if you want to do the Japanese proficiency test, you probably will know the grammar rules. But in general, it's not going to help you speaking at all. So forget the grammar, because it takes a ton of time. Instead, save that time and enjoy it listening to lots of Japanese and practicing speaking lots of Japanese. And that's a much better way of doing it. And then instead of thinking, you know, is this this or is this this, you just naturally learn it. It's like we'd never say, oh, I like apple, or is it a apple or is it an apple? Oh, which is it? I don't know. Quick, think of the rule. What's the rule? Oh yes, the rule is with a vowel, it's an. Okay, so an apple. We don't think that. We just hear it, and we hear naturally that's an apple. Yeah, and that's the sort of same thing with Japanese as well. Eventually you go through it and you hear all these phrases and you just hear them naturally, what sounds right and what sounds wrong. And it does mean that you end up making mistakes that normal Japanese people make as well, but I'm cool with that, because if normal Japanese people are making those mistakes, that's modern Japanese as far as I'm concerned. So forget the grammar. It's great that you're teaching your brothers, gambare with that, and just do lots and lots and lots of listening, and then as much speaking